Now I'm ready. So we are back with another Mac Mondays. Okay. I know you guys love my singing voice, so I'm always going to hit you with it. Okay. Don't worry about it. But today, I just want to talk about how life will always humble the shit out of you. Okay. Like, you think you hitting life hard, doing your thing, moving, shaking, doing all the moves that you are doing, and then boom, life fucking humbles you. Some shit pops off, some shit happens out of nowhere, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, all this good is happening. How am I like getting this reaction if I'm putting in all of this work, right? And it's hard to keep your mind and your hand on the swivel when things like that happen, because it happens so often, right? Like, we'll be going. It's climb. And then all of a sudden we're hit with like some real life shit that happens, right? So it can be in any capacity. It can be like a mental thing. It can be a financial thing. It can be whatever it is, but life will humble the shit out of you. That's why it's like so important to like do your shit, do your thing, but don't think your pants is too big, or don't think you up here all the time, because life will slap you with some shit that you never even thought that you would expect, that you would deal with, that would come at the wrong time. And it's always the wrong timing. When things like that happen, it's always the wrong timing. It's like, I'm doing so good. Like, what did I do to deserve like this bullshit? And sometimes it has nothing to do, well, most of the time, it has nothing to do with what you're doing. It has everything to do with what you're ignoring, right? So like, if you're not paying attention to those little things and those little parts of you that are saying, okay, like, yeah, you're doing this, you're doing good, but you're neglecting this part of yourself. So we always have to kind of realign, readjust, make sure that we are fully taking care of ourselves. It's a 360, not a 180, right? So making sure our whole is good, not just half of us is good, or not making sure that we're good in this realm, but not this realm. I can't be like a good professional and not a good friend. I have to make sure that all of my ducks, everything that I'm doing is aligning. And it's hard. And no one talks about how hard it is to keep the balance, right? But we have to be conscious. We have to know where we're at in our lives and know what capacities that we can take up in order to make sure that we are bringing the right type of attention to the right realms of our lives, right? We have to make sure that we continue to support our family, support our friends, support this, support that, and also nurture the things that we want to do, right? We can't just pay attention to one thing and think that that's going to make the difference in our lives. We have to be multifaceted. We have to pay attention to everything that's around us. And that's a part of being human. And it's hard. No one talks about how hard it is. It's hard to balance, to keep your emotions in check, and then check on your friends' emotions, and then check on your mom's emotions, and then check on your girl's emotions or your boyfriend's emotions. Because people are just never satisfied. 2, we're the hardest people. We're our own worst critics. We judge ourselves more than anybody could judge us. So just remembering that it's not easy. You have to do check-ins with yourself. You have to make sure that you are nurturing the things that you want to nurture. You have to be present and know what it is that you require in the moments of doubt, in the moments of second guessing. You have to make sure that you remind yourself of the goal, because the goal is to get to it, right? To be happy, to have that happiness, and to also thrive and have abundance, right? We talked about abundance before, but to have abundance is important, and also to be satisfied. So it is critical that we take the time to also realign, readjust, set the goals, set the benchmarks, and then also follow through. Follow through is the hardest, sometimes can be potentially the hardest thing that we have to deal with. And we cannot let those small things distract us from the goal.